TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
Should I say good night, because we're going into the night, and we would like to welcome you to another amazing show. We are your talk show kings. We're having big fun on TV 1061 here in Douglasville, Georgia. We're also streaming live on YouTube and Facebook, so tune in if you're geared up and ready. We're going to have a wonderful show tonight, but before I get started, I would love to thank our director, Felix Washington. He is our director. We want to love him, give him shouts, our producer. And he just wears so many hats around here. Felix does everything that needs to be done. Also, to our technical engineer, he is Mr. Marcus Givens. Marcus, shouts out to you. He does a wonderful job. And also to Mrs. Barksdale. Ms. Barksdale is our media director. Give her a shout out as well because of a wonderful job. But also, we're missing two kings tonight, King Robert, King Doc. Much love. Whatever you're going through, know that and know this, that heaven has no sorrows as long as God is yet on the throne. So whatever you're going through, fellas, put it in God's hand and he'll work it out. We miss you, much love. But tonight, we have our king of all kings, my buddy to my right, King Takar. Let him know, King.
King Takar from Boston.
I already know from Boston's in the house,
Yes,
represent.
Yes, sir.
And also, we have a special guest.
Yes, sir.
Special guest. This man is so deep in the music business.
Yes, sir.
I'm not going to tell you, but he needs no introduction. We're going to let him tell you. Hit it off, King, for the night. Let him know about you.
My name is King Ramondo Thomas. Matter of fact, that name Ramondo means king. Ray means
Absolutely.
king. Mondo means world.
Yes, sir.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
And you
singer-songwriter.
heard it yourself.
Yes, sir.
So you don't have to ask nobody. Just tune in and listen to the broadcast. We're going to start tonight's topic off. And it's a topic, I'm quite sure you've been all following the news. And it's identity theft at the highest form, which means that you don't have to be a regular person or just live in your household and somebody stealing your identity. Recently, a NBA player, they're not mentioning the names, but he had his identity stolen to the tune of $2.5 million. And you ask yourself, King, how did someone get away with stealing $2.5 million? Well, you said it yourself. She thought she got away, but she didn't actually get away. Takar, someone steals your identity, goes to the bank and in your name, makes a fraudulently investment of $2.5 million. What would you say if your name came up and you owed the bank $2.5 million? What would be your question to the bank? How?
How? I mean, I had an incident like that
Right.
where somebody was actually depositing
Right.
fake checks into my account. And I'm
Absolutely.
like, what's going on? Like, I had no whereabouts about it. So I think that, I think that some of that plays in, the bank's fault as well.
I do too, actually.
So yeah, the bank they definitely have a part to play in it as well.
Right,
as far as-
because at $2.5 million, they should be checking something.
Right.
Yes,
They
no
should
doubt.
be making phone calls to you saying, hey, listen.
Right.
And what happened was that the lady had a nonprofit group organization. And through her nonprofit, if you use entertainers' name, you use their logos and things of that nature,
Yes.
they'll give you their authorities, their authorization, say, well, go ahead, you can carry my name because my name carries a lot of weight. I'm an NBA player. And she attached this NBA player's name to her nonprofit organization. Went into the bank of her choice and said, well, hey, listen, this NBA player is part of my organization, my nonprofit. It's okay if we use his name, but we want to get a loan under his name, and they look at the NBA name. Oh, no problem. Yes. $2.5 million without even checking with that player.
Right.
Absolutely.
And
now, Mondo, come on, tell me something. Let's help these people get this thing together and put it in perspective. How could that happen?
It makes no sense. Absolutely make no sense. I mean, first of all, okay, so you drop a name, you drop the paperwork, you go into the bank. That player's got to be there. It doesn't matter about, what you brought to the table. Where's the player? The bank has got to be responsible for this.
Exactly.
The bank has got to be thorough.
Right.
See, so they not on their job. So this is really on the bank. This is a wake-up call for the bank.
Absolutely. And banks, if you're out there, you got to pay attention. You got to listen. There's no way in the world that a $2.5 million loan should have been granted, and the NBA player was not there to give the legal authorization for his name. That's just like someone saying, well, Mondo is a multi-million-dollar record producer music because he's been in his music game and he knows his game, and I go and use your name. Hey, listen, this guy wrote with the Temptations, and he wrote with this artist and that artist, and he's a part of my nonprofit. Can I get a loan in his name? Because he's the great Mondo.
See, well, if that's the case, I need to go and do that right now. Let me get on to the bank, right? Look here, y'all. I know the great, let me see, my uncle, Mr. Curtis Mayfield.
Absolutely.
Well, let me go drop his name and go give me 2.5. Y'all want to see Curtis, don't you?
Yes.
That don't make no sense.
That's right.
See, now you begin to wonder if somebody in the bank was involved.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like an inside
Never
job.
thought of that.
Right. No, I thought about it. I was going to bring that up. It could be an
Somebody in the
inside
bank
job.
got to be involved. Come on now.
Yeah.
You got to do something. The bank?
Yep, the bank.
You got to be more thorough than that.
Come
you
on,
don't
now,
just check the paperwork.
I'm dumbfounded. Call us and let us know. I mean, chime in and let us know what you think, because I'm dumb. I've never even thought about it. Could have been an inside job.
It's got to be inside.
Absolutely.
If it's not, then the bank need to close down. Y'all need to go back, have a sit down.
Yes.
And talk to your people that work for you and restructure yourself.
Right.
Exactly.
Because, see, y'all handling our money. When you loan that money out to them, that's our money.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where's the what is the word, the oversight?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who's paying attention? I mean, you got cameras. This woman that come in here and said, I got a 501c3 or whatever it is, C2, whatever it is, and I got this big time player that's down with it.
Right.
And y'all just hand them 2.5?
Yeah.
Especially, I was gonna say, especially for such a high amount.
Like, not $1,000.
Right. Not
$1,500. Not even $10,000.
2.5. Right. Exactly.
Yes.
That's inside.
Exactly.
That's just my opinion now.
Right.
Yes, I believe that.
That's inside.
I'm starting to believe that.
Yeah.
You know, I was trying to read in detail and follow the story and say to myself, who would give a nonprofit organization under NBA? And the thing about it is, they spoke with the NBA player, and he was disgruntled, but not to the fact of, because he pretty much felt the same way. I know what she did was wrong. I know you all going to charge her, but they're not charging her under state regulation. They're charging her federally. The federal.
It's federal crime.
Yeah, the federal government is prosecuting her, and she has been found guilty. Later in March 2020, she's going to receive her sentencing. Now, what sentence do you think this 51-year-old mother of two should get? And the bank should have played a major role in stopping that before it went as far as it got. Do you think she should be assessed a harsh penalty? Or should she be assessed a penalty to say, well, don't do it again?
If you're asking me.
School teacher got that violated school law. She got 15 days in jail.
See, if you ask me, that depends on several things.
Right.
The feds. Does she have previous priors? If she doesn't have priors, she might end up with probation.
Right.
It's possible.
It's possible.
If the bank recoups the money,
right.
I mean, we don't know.
Right. They still haven't said that, whether they recoup the money or not.
She may end up with probation.
Yeah.
But she could get, in my opinion, as much as 5 to 10 years.
Yeah. There's a possibility, strong possibility. What you think, Taco?
To be honest, I don't even know. It just all depends on how everything plays out. Like you said, she could get probation.
Well, there's people out there in the viewers that are saying to us, And I know they're going to chime in and say what they always say: if she do the crime, then she has to do the time. And that's what a lot of our viewers are probably saying, chiming in now, is that when you don't make. Too many people don't make $2.5 million mistakes.
Right.
$2.5 million is like you're taking penitentiary chances.
Right.
Anytime you're stealing 2.5, you're taking penitentiary chances.
Right.
If you steal $100, you're taking county jail chances. So the penitentiary chance that she took, and a lot of crooks and criminals, when they take penitentiary chances, they know if I ride up and down 285 with 2 kilos in the back, but if I make it to Miami, I'm straight.
Right.
I'm good. But if I don't make it to Miami, there's going to be some repercussions that I got to pay. You know what I'm saying? Police pulled me over. He said, Mr. Landon, we found 2 kilos and 2 ounces in your trunk. I said, well, the kilo of ham I was going to keep. The ounce of turkey I need for dinner. So, those are just chances that people are taking. Right. And the point is that we're trying to make to our viewers is that when you are a high-profile athlete, or no matter what you are, always check, and make sure that your identity is protected. They have this thing now called lock, and it's where you can sign up for this app to lock your Social Security number, to make sure that once your credit is ran, you get an alert. And it's saying that, hey, listen, somebody is trying to get some on credit in your name, or somebody's trying to do this. You have to check your identity, even if you ain't got nothing.
Yeah.
And if you got bad credit, you still have to check and monitor your credit report. I do it all the time. Just looking to see, who messing with my stuff, because you just never know. If this NBA player would have never been looking at his stuff, and they finally, when it came back that maybe they wasn't getting this money back, they notified the NBA player, say, hey, listen, you got a $2.5 million loan out. What? From where? Y'all just calling and telling me this?
I mean, this makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all.
You got a $2.5 million loan out. I ain't signed no loan. How I got a loan?
How?
I don't have no loan.
Absolutely.
See, somebody signed these documents, somebody in the bank ain't right.
Yeah.
And that's the bottom line.
And it seems like that's what it boils down to. A lot of these high crime fraudulent loans are inside jobs.
It's got to be.
A lot of these armored trucks that are robbed for $3.8 million are inside jobs. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody knew how much that truck gonna be. Because when you rob an armored truck, if you don't know what you're doing, you can rob an armored truck that has nothing but pennies on it. But how would you know that it has nothing on pennies with pennies on it?
That's a big risk you taking.
That's a big risk you taking. Right. But when you know it got $3.8 million on it, then that risk still a big risk. But if you get away, how sweet it's going to be in the criminal mind. I'm not criminal minded, so don't go there with me. I'm just saying how big of a risk that risk takers will take. And I can say that we all, at one part of our lives, are risk takers.
Yes.
We take risks. When you go on your modeling assignments and auditions, and you leaving your home to do that, you're taking a risk.
Right.
In the music business, when you were writing a song and putting it together, and you take it over to Curtis Mayfield, say, hey, you like this, you're taking a risk. Because we are all risk takers. When I'm standing in the pulpit and I'm preaching to the crowd, I'm taking a risk. Well, if they're going to get my message or if they're not going to get my message. Right. But it's worth the risk to take. Exactly. And when you guard your credit, you got to take that same risk to protect yourself in life.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So this whole thing is based on trust.
Yeah, absolutely, based on trust.
Evidently.
And when she went into the bank, she was hoping that the game that she ran on them, that they would trust. And they had to trust.
Well,
the name they trusted.
But let's think about this part.
Right.
I'm not necessarily speaking about the trust with the bank. I'm talking about the trust with him and her.
Right.
See, she had enough information
absolutely
to at least, because even though it's an inside job, somebody still it's got to go to what they call
risk or proofreading or something like that.
What do you call it? When they say they got to take it to that other, I forgot the name of the department.
Authorization department.
It's another department they take it to, and then they got to go over it. You ain't got no signatures.
Right.
So she had to have enough information that he trusted her with.
Yeah. Right.
See?
Right.
that she was able to convince
She had to have
them.
more than just a name.
Come on,
absolutely.
Man.
She had a whole lot of
everything.
more
She had
stuff.
Social Security number,
documents.
She had all kind of stuff.
Yeah.
She probably had something that he done signed.
Yeah, exactly.
Or probably forged his signature.
Because it also said that she did forge his name.
Oh, okay.
So if she forged his name, she had to see his name on something.
See?
Right.
And make it spot
Come on now.
You know.
So he trusted her.
Yep.
This is all a matter of trust.
Yep. You're right. Absolutely. A matter of trust. And if he trusted her to that point, then she's gotten in somewhere to get this information from this guy to go ahead and initiate the transfer of the money, the loan, his name, and everything. And like you said, I think it strongly is an inside job. But we got another inside job for you, and it's called break. We're going to take a break, but we're going to come right back and finish up this topic and move right along to more topics. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings, and we're here on TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. We'll be right back.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Are you an artist, a writer of spoken word? Do you have content ready but need exposure? Get to know me. I'm Alicia, host of a new Facebook live stream show called The Flavor, where we promote local and international talent of all genres. Here are some rules and regulations to the videos that we'll be accepting. They must be radio ready, no cursing, no lewd language. You must send us contact information as well as a YouTube link to your video so we can extract it from there. Email us at 1061tv@gmail.com, and we thank you for your time.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.
And if you don't know where you are right now, let me tell you, you are tuned in to Talk Show Kings, one of the hottest shows on Sunday night at 6:30. If you're not watching the game, then tune in to Talk Show Kings, and we're going to make sure that we give you the entertainment, the same entertainment and excitement that you're getting from these football games. We're going to start right back into the topic, and the topic is identity theft. Recently in the news, an NBA player identity was stolen to the tune of $2.5 million. Imagine waking up one morning and the bank's calling you and saying that you owe them $2.5 million and you have no earthly idea of what it's coming from. But from tuned in to the Kings, you know, the Kings are saying that it could have been an inside job, you know, and the inside job means that it came from within.
Right.
Somebody help with this crime, and a lot of people, you know, they how the saying go, you get stitches if you snitch.
Stitches for the stitches.
Stitches get
yeah, absolutely. So somebody ain't snitching because they scared of them stitches. Now, if somebody was to snitch, it's gonna come out.
It's coming out.
It's an inside job.
I was say everybody going down.
Yeah, everybody. You'll be in the cell next to Tekashi.
I was gonna say they're gonna be stitching like Tekashi.
Absolutely. So we feel, the Kings and myself, we think that it was an inside job. We don't know what you think, but give us your thoughts by chiming in.
Right.
And let us know, you know, if you think it was an inside job, then let us know. You know, we'll make sure it goes on public record in the sentencing that it was an inside job, Judge. You know, don't stop there with your sentencing. So the moral of the story is, once again, you know, protect your identity.
Yeah, like I said, I think the banks need to do like more of a better job, you know, especially for like, you know, like you said earlier, you know, a few $100. I mean, that's one thing.
Right.
But you know, when you got 10,000 and over, and then you got millions, you know, and you're not calling a person, or you're not trying to get in contact. Like that's a big problem.
Right.
It really is.
You know, and you know now banks got a problem. If you took $10,000 and deposited into your account, they're going to question you about the $10,000.
Right.
But if you took $9,999, it'll go straight through. It's some about that. Yeah, it's some about that 10,000. Now imagine 2.5 million going in. Try to take $10,000 into your bank right now, and they want to know where you get that money from, what kind of taxes you paid on it. But if you take $9,999, it's gonna go straight through a straight cash transaction. Why? I have no earthly idea why they do that, but that's what they are doing.
But you know something, King? That used to be the case.
Yeah.
It's $3,000 now.
Oh, see there? It's $3,000
They
now.
changed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's $3,000.
Absolutely.
And even with this 2.5 million that was taken,
Yes.
that company was talking about identity lock,
Yeah.
that protect you up to X amount.
Right.
They only protect you up to $1 million.
Is that right? Yeah.
So you still, even if you get that back, you still 1.5 in the hole.
Still 1.5 in the hole. Wow. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
See, and that's what I said. The banks need to do a way more better job.
They do. And if you're banking with these banking institutions, you got to make sure that you have something within your bank to say, well, hey, if somebody's taking out $500, I want a phone call before you catch that. Because the banks can do that. They can send an alert to your phone. And a prime example is I was with, and I'm going to give them a shout out, Bank of America. And my wife and I are sitting in a restaurant, Cracker Barrel, having breakfast. And I know I had my cards right there in my wallet. And I get a ping, and it said, you just spent $23 at the McDonald's on Highway 75 in Tampa, Florida. I'm like, I'm not even in Tampa, Florida. You know, so I immediately called him and told him, and they put the $23 back in my account, but it just goes to show you that these cards and these transactions, man, sometimes they all over the place.
Everything compromised.
Everything is compromised.
I was gonna say,
that's the best word I heard all day. Everything is compromised.
I was gonna say, what if it's an incident where somebody stole your phone, or you don't have your phone, you know, and you don't have your card, like, you know.
Yeah, it'll be. If I didn't have my phone, I wouldn't have known it until I got to around my phone to my computer. Right. You know, and sometimes it's too late.
Exactly.
You know. When you know you got money on your card and somebody has, you know, that's why I try to be very careful now, because I'm good at leaving my wallet place, leaving my phone place, putting stuff down. And my wife tells me all the time, where your wallet? Where your phone at? Where your glasses at? Where your teeth at? I said, well, my teeth over in the car. I get them till I get relieved. So, you know, I said, but I mean, you just have to check now, because especially around Christmas time, it's just it's just so much going on.
Christmas, Thanksgiving,
I look
Friday.
at the news to stay informed, because people want to hear informative type stuff. When we come on this show, you want to be informed. You want to be able to engage in the conversation and know what the king is talking about if they pick a topic.
Exactly.
But man, I'm almost about to stop. Getting ready to start watching the news. Every time I turn it on, Brother King, I know somebody done got killed, somebody shot,
somebody got robbed. Exactly.
But when I see the picture that they put on the TV, it's always our people.
Come on.
Always
Why
our
is
people.
that? Now, wait a minute.
Why is that?
Since you said that now,
Yes.
it's always our people, but that's because they're not filming all the other things that's happening.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
It ain't just our people.
Okay.
See, but
it's on our people.
They focus on us.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
I got you.
Yeah. No, he's right.
That's all that is,
Yeah.
because it's happening all over this nation.
And I'm like, do white folk rob banks?
Yes.
They do a lot of crimes. Oh yeah, they do a lot of crimes.
But I guess you're right though.
We only 13% of the population. Come on,
that's
now.
right.
So they focus on us, and it makes us look bad.
It does. It does.
Now we are doing it. Now.
Right. Yeah.
We are guilty of doing a lot of crazy stuff.
Crazy stuff.
But it ain't just us.
At an alarming high rate around Christmas time.
Especially then.
Especially now. So we're talking about identity theft, but I want to also say that when you're out, whether you're a man or a woman, look around your surroundings and make sure that when you park in a lighted area now.
Yes.
Or you park in an area, you know, that somebody's around the area. Now, believe you, I am 6'4", 262 pounds. I still want to park in area because I'm no match when somebody has a gun in my face.
Yes.
I'm no match when it comes to that. So why not put yourself in a better position so that you can see what's going on? Because at some point of a person's life, they're gonna always run into that scenario that you don't want to be in. You know.
I mean, you mentioned that about being in a lighted area.
Yeah.
And we talked about identity theft.
Yes.
But now we're talking about human theft.
Yes. Yes.
We're talking about human trafficking.
Yes.
Now I'm seeing this
yes.
all over the place.
I just saw it.
They say
Full arrest,
75,000 young black women have been taken,
Wow.
and ain't nobody talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm hearing this big out here in Atlanta, and it's
Yeah.
right,
Especially in
I'm hearing this right by the airport. Like a lot of
Atlanta is a hub
Of it.
for trafficking, sex trafficking. It's a hub for it. At hotels in Marietta, Cobb, Gwinnett, they just bursted the ring, excuse me, last night. 4 young black adults kidnapping women and have them as sex slaves in the hotel room. It's at an alarming rate now, and especially here in Atlanta, Georgia. It's the hub for it.
But I want to say something about that, King, because I saw this on Facebook yesterday.
Right.
Now you got all these black guys, and they got X amount of women, and it was calling this thing that you were talking about human trafficking.
Right.
That's not human trafficking.
Right.
See, they mixing that in with human trafficking.
Okay.
Human trafficking is for organs.
Okay.
They taking you for your body parts.
Oh, wow.
That's a complete different story. And these
Wow,
people that they
yeah.
were talking about out there at the hotel, that was men and women.
Right.
That was some folks that was getting money together, and they all got busted, and they called it human trafficking.
Now, I
No,
never knew that.
that's
till
not what
just
that
now.
is. That's street hustling. That's what that is. Human
Who
trafficking.
would want to take your body part? Well, I guess they're selling on the black market.
Wait a minute now.
Anything sell,
You-
but I never,
what's a kidney worth?
I don't know.
To a billionaire.
I still got mine. Yeah, but yeah, I understand.
What's a lung worth?
Yeah,
To a billionaire.
yeah.
Human trafficking.
Wow.
See, that's what human trafficking really is now.
Wow.
So they mixing the two, so it makes it look like that we're involved in human trafficking. For the most part, we're not involved in stealing nobody's organs.
Right.
It's our organs that's being stolen.
Right.
Most that's 75,000 black women,
Right.
not white women.
Wow.
learn something new every day.
Learn something new. That is amazing.
Let's don't get
And
confused.
you heard it right here for yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know, it's 2 different types of
Two different
trafficking.
things.
You know, 2 different things. Wow, I just learned that myself.
One is sex trafficking.
Yeah.
The other one is organ trafficking.
Wow.
So they taking the people and they finding them with their bodies, sewed back up after they've been ripped open. And they're going inside and finding they got no organs.
Wow, that's the most disgusting thing I've heard. So people, what we're trying to tell you is to
Be more careful.
be more careful.
Watch your surroundings.
Especially watch your surroundings.
Especially you women.
You know, where you go to and fro, wherever you may go, because somebody out there is watching and somebody out there is preying upon these victims, and we just try to make you aware that,
Yes.
Every day you run to your car, don't keep up the same pattern. Change it up sometimes, change it up. Don't park in the same place every single day because that's a good parking spot. And that's what people do. Oh, I got a great park. I'm gonna park in spot 5 the whole while I work here. And people are watching. People see, okay, she being lane 5 every day. She leave at 4:30 every day. Okay, yeah,
Come get you.
yeah, absolutely. Be careful. That's all we're saying. Now we're gonna go off that topic, but we got a topic that we want to go into right now, and it's a topic that we've talked to before. I had a lot of viewers to contact me and even approach me in the streets, and they say when we first started watching Talk Show Kings, especially you, Minister Lundy, when you first started coming on, you did a lot of topics on relationships. And we got away from there because we wanted to allow each king to come into, and because we were new kings, and we just wanted to come into our own rhythm. And when we began to grow as a team, each king had their own, genre putting things together. Ty Carr is our millennium guy because he knows a lot about the millennium. I didn't even know who Tekashi 6ix9ine was, until this young brother had to put it in my ear who he was, you know. And it's just a lot of things, you know. But tonight, we want you to tune in because we're going to jump right into relationships. Because a lot of us out there are in relationships. And relationships is what forms sometimes people into the people that they are or into people who they become. So if you're in a relationship, whether you're going through a divorce, whether you're in a beautiful, happy relationship, we want you to chime in and let us know about it. But right now, everything that looks good is not good because people are going through it. And when they're going through it, it's like Goliath. David slew Goliath because he wasn't afraid of Goliath. Goliath was a giant. And in David's eyes, he knew that if he got rid of that giant, it would be better. A lot of us are in relationships right now. We are living with a giant. So we want you to tune in, and we're going to let the kings come in because they're going through things in their life and through their relationships that a giant is involved. And we're going to start with Brother King Mundo. And let us know, tell the people, some things that you're experiencing in your relationship.
Wow. I just went through a massive breakup.
Right.
With a woman that I loved very much.
Right.
I wasn't cheating on her.
Right.
I was being the man of the house and taking care of the business, working.
Right.
We together created a business.
Right.
Together, and we came from nothing. I mean, we met at a hotel. I was in town, and she was seeing her daughter, and I was in town to come and take care of some business, and we met each other.
Right.
And we started to communicate, and fast forwarding, 8 years later, we're in love, we're married, we're living together.
That's where it should be.
You know what I'm saying? We got a business, and we're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And some things started happening. One day, I deposited some money in the bank. Speaking about banks.
Right.
And I went to write a check for my rent on one of my businesses. Right.
Absolutely.
I go back to the bank and my money's gone.
Wow.
They tell me that somebody came and took the money out of my account.
Just that money or all the money?
All of it.
Wow.
I've had not throw you off, but I've had a few relationships, the past few years. But I remember this one incident where the girl that I was with at the time,
right,
she was staying with me, and I don't know how she knew where I used to keep my money, but
watching.
But yeah, so one morning I woke up and she went in my stash and took all my money, and I'm like, I went to go check. I'm like, where's my money at?
Yeah.
And she was gone. I called her. I'm like, where you at with my money? Like,
because she took it.
Yeah, I know she took it.
Right.
I'm like, how did you even know where my money was? Where my stash was? She's like, I've been with you for 4 years. You think I would? I'm like, man, like, I need you to run my money back. Like
when you're not there, she's rambling through stuff.
Yeah, like
that's what they do.
Like I'm like, how would you like it if I went through your stash and took your money? Like you be pissed off. Like so, yeah, I'm gonna need you to get my money back. Like, oh, I just went to go buy a few things. I went to go pay my cell phone bill and whoop. I'm like, man, like I don't care about none of that. I need you to get my money back.
All of it.
Exactly.
Did she ever bring it back?
Yeah, she brought it back. Okay. Or she, a couple of days later, she gave my money back.
But the purpose of Hub is taking it is because you all were in a relationship.
But see, my thing is, whoever I'm with in a relationship, just ask me.
Right.
You don't gotta take anything. Just ask me. And 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna give it to you because you're who I'm with. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
As a man, I'm gonna make sure that you have what you have. But she took all your money out the bank and just disappeared, or did she come back?
She didn't do that.
Okay.
I'm not putting that on her. She didn't do that. I'm just what I'm getting into is that when the money came up missing, we never found out what happened.
Okay.
And the bank said, well, hey, we're gonna have to shut your account down and all that kind of crap.
Until they found out.
Right. But the pressure of that led to us getting in trouble with the business. And then some money came up missing through the post office. I sent some money out.
Right.
And the post office lost my money.
Wow.
Come on now, so I'm like, wait a minute. something going
Probably
on wrong.
inside
This
job.
starting to sound like some inside stuff here.
Exactly.
Folks, I tell y'all what, this conversation is heating up.
It's getting
but we're going
juicy.
to take a break right now. And don't you touch that computer knob or that dial. We'll come in right back. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings. We're having big fun here on TV 1061. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Harry Lennox, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
Hi, this is Bill Duke, and you're watching TV 1061, your global network.
And we are back. We had to rush back as soon as we could because we didn't want this topic to get warm. We want it hot because we keep it hot here on TV 1061 in Douglasville, Georgia. You're watching Talk Show Kings. Now let's get back to your conversation.
It's getting
Tell
hot
us
in
about
here.
it. It's getting hot in here.
Well, so I sent a payment out to my mortgage
Right.
company, and I sent it through the post office. So my wife calls me one day and she said, "Baby, we just got what wasn't a mortgage company? It was purchasing the house with one of them lease options."
Right.
She said, "We just got a letter back here saying that they didn't receive the money
Okay.
for our rent."
Yeah.
I said, "What you mean?" I said, "You was with me when I sent it."
Right.
You know that I sent it overnight
Right.
through the post office. So I shot to the post office,
Right.
me and the wife. We get to the post office and we find out that it never arrived and they can't find it.
Wow. So you're just missing money all over the place.
I'm missing money all
just
over the place
missing.
now.
Yeah.
Now I'm starting to, me and her sitting down in the room and we saying something is wrong
Yeah.
and it's above our heads.
Right.
Somebody's doing something.
Right.
Right? So
Another
finally,
inside job.
it's got to be an inside job. So I go through the post office and the post office says, you know, it's not your fault and we'll send your mortgage company
Right.
a letter and let them know blah, 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 blah about what happened. And so finally they said it's going to take 60 days for us to send you the money back though.
Right.
For us to find it. If we don't find it, then we'll refund
Right.
you. But it's going to take 60 days. I said, I don't have 60 days.
Right.
That means that I got to pay these people again. I don't have that. I got two businesses. I'm already in the hole with this other one over
Right,
here. And now
absolutely.
this happened?
Yeah,
What,
right.
what you mean 60
Right,
days?
right.
They said, well, it's going to take that long, Mr. Thomas. So they started sending me all these letters. I sent it to my company. And they said, that's not going to work. We're going to have to evict you.
Right.
I said, what you mean evict me? I just proved to you that the post office lost
yeah,
the money. I
yeah.
proved to you that it would arrive to you on time.
Yeah,
What do you mean you're going to evict me?
Exactly, because a lot of these places, and they'll tell you quickly, don't make your problem our problem. Because that's what institutions
And that's
do.
what happened. That's what
You
they
know,
said.
Don't make your problem my problem. You know, my problem is that you ain't got it to pay. It don't matter that how you don't have it to pay, but we need our money.
We need our money.
Absolutely, because I've been in that scenario myself, and they were, don't make our problem. Don't make your problem our problem.
Now, I
and
don't
when they first said that, I knew right then. I gotta go to the
I'm in
ball and
trouble.
do something. I'm in trouble.
I'm in trouble. And I don't want that to take us away from the topic,
Right.
because the topic is a relationship. What I'm about to show is how this affected my relationship.
Okay.
My wife didn't do this.
Right.
She did none of that. She was
Right.
100.
Oh,
She was
okay.
100% with me.
Okay.
And if you watching, baby, he was 100. Check it out, now.
Right.
Beautiful woman too.
Right.
So when I finally, after fighting with the post office and fighting with these folks and going back and forth to court, I finally went to the post office and they said, okay, we found one of your money orders. I said, what do you mean you found one? There was all three in one place. It was in one package. How'd you find
Right.
one? We haven't found the other ones yet. So when you found the package, you only found one. So that means somebody in the post office
absolutely.
went in it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Well, this became it became such a pressure that before you know it, now we're under such pressure that me and Hunter start arguing.
That it damaged the relationship.
It started to damage the
Yeah,
relationship.
absolutely.
We had a beautiful relationship.
Right.
People were saying that we was the couple of the year.
Right.
We was the Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
Of the city.
Yeah. But you also got to think too that if that was the case, you was the Beyonce and the Jay-Z, money should never ruin any relationship when it's genuine and it's true. Not saying that yours are not genuine and true.
I was gonna say,
but under no circumstance, see, love is love.
Right,
Come on,
exactly.
24 hours a day.
Exactly.
You know, and when love sets in, the other stuff begin to set out. See, love can set your outside furniture outside when it comes in. You ever heard the saying, love don't live here anymore?
Yeah.
Well, when love don't live there anymore, then that's when all kind of problems and stuff started infiltrating the marriage or the relationship. Because love don't live here anymore.
right.
But as long as love resides there,
Then it don't matter.
love has a security system all the way around the house.
Preach.
And you cannot get, I ain't gonna freeze, you cannot get past that security system
right.
if love is right there and it's genuine love.
Yes.
You can kick in the door, you can break every window, but love is not gonna let you in.
It's not gonna let you down either.
Come on, preacher, you better say that. It's
not gonna let you down, brother.
Understand that, and I understand the scenario is that a lot of families, couples is what I'm trying to say, that go through ordeals in your life. If you've never been through anything in your relationship, just keep living. If you keep living, something is bound to happen. And that goes back to, fella, what I was saying about that giant. See, a giant occurs in your life when you least expect it. A giant will knock on your door. A giant came into my life 2 years ago when the doctor called me to the back and he says, your wife's with you. I said, yes, my wife is here. He said, bring your wife with you. I heard the giant's footstep when we were walking back to that back office.
That's right.
And the doctor said, Mr. London, he said, our test came back to collaborate that you do have prostate cancer. I said, what? He said, you have prostate cancer. I said, what am I gonna do? What can I do? He said, you can have your prostate removed, and that's a 6-hour operation with my head turned catty-corner to the floor. I said, what are the after effects? He said, well, when you come back up, your head gonna be swollen for about 3 hours, and you're gonna have a massive headache. I said, well, it won't be that one. What else can I get? He said, you can get chemotherapy. I went to chemotherapy one day, and I saw these people walking around like the Walking Dead. I said, man, I can't do this for the rest of my life. Walking around in dead folks' skull cap and them cancer skull cap with their hair cut off. I said, man, I'm not about to do that. I said, what else can I do? He said, you can have radiation seeds implanted in your prostate and that'll kill the cancer. I said, well, I tell you what, doctor. I said, do you have a closet? He said, a closet? He said, I just told you got prostate cancer and 3 things you can do, and you need a closet. I said, yes, sir. I said, because when I go in this closet and shut this door and get on my knees, God gonna tell me one thing.
Preach.
But when I come out that closet, man don't say something else. But when I go in the closet and get on my knee, God gonna say something else.
Amen.
And when I came out that closet, it wasn't 2 years before my cancer went into full remission.
Gone. Stop.
Absolutely. So a relationship can go into remission if you pray with it and let God have it. See, we can do all we can do to a certain point of any relationship. A man can't make a woman be his woman. A woman can't make a man be her man.
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's
You
right.
just have to. I've been in many relationships where I've been hurt to death. I've been in many relationships where I've been the hurt person or I've been the person that hurt the person. See, that's how relationships go. Until you finally just find that woman and you marry that woman and this and here go this way, a relationship always winds up in the crippling position. And what that means, it cripples your heart to the point where you ain't got nowhere to turn. You ain't got nowhere to turn. But you got to understand that the footprints in the sand, it was never but one set of footprints.
That's right.
It wasn't your footprints or your woman's footprint. It was always one set of footprints in the sand.
Yes, sir.
And they were not yours.
That's right.
It was God.
That's right.
Carrying you the whole time.
Through that thing.
Through that thing.
Amen.
One mama, one daddy. So listeners, viewers, in relationships serve purposes, a good purpose and a bad purpose. But it's how you, and I tell people this all the time, Kings, what you put into a relationship, people say, what you put into a relationship and what you get out of it. That's not necessarily true.
Not necessarily true.
Because you can put all you got
That's
into
right.
a relationship and don't get all of it back.
That's right.
You know, you can put everything you got. You don't cheat. You pay the bills.
Yep.
You are doing whatever your woman want, getting her buying what she want. Valentine's Day, you doing all of that.
And
then, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'd have done that plenty
Yeah,
of times,
and
man.
still get cheated on.
Exactly.
Still
yeah.
get destroyed.
Still get lied to.
Still get lied to.
Exactly.
Still get lied
That's
to.
right.
What can you do, Kings? Tell these viewers, what can you do?
What you said, you can pray.
You can pray.
You can
You can always pray.
let go and let God is what you can do.
And you can
That's all-
always pray.
'cause that's all you really can do.
That's all you can do. You better say that again.
That's
King.
all you can do.
All you can do is
That's
pray
all I'm
about
doing.
it. Pray about the relationship.
That's
You
what
know
I do.
how you do when you're at Walmart and you know you ain't got but 47 cents on your debit card and you don't got $30 worth of groceries. Just pray about it. You never know. It may go through. But just pray about anything. The relationships can hinder you and relationships can bring you down. Relationships can cause you to hurt somebody and they can cause somebody to hurt you.
That's right.
You know, there are relationships. I minister to men in the DeKalb County Jail. And each man that I talk to, hey, brother, what you in here for? My old lady. Hey, brother, what you in here for? Me and my girl got the Hey, brother, what you in here for? My baby mama. Hey, brother, what you in here for? Child support. Hey, what you in here? Back child support. Hey, what you in here for, brother? Me and my girl got into it. Do you know how many guys are
Yeah,
locked up
there's
because of
women. Yeah, there's a lot of
You know
women
what I'm
that
saying?
are really
I put my
doing.
hands on her. You know, I did that. I tried to drag her under the bed. I did.
Some women are, devious to the
Yes,
point where,
yeah,
if
I
you're like
know,
on
yeah.
probation or something and you ain't even do nothing,
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
call your probation officer and just lie and just get you locked up.
It's rough out here, especially for us black men, to be in a relationship with a woman that pretty much you ain't no kin to. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Tennessee had a population of married men marrying their first cousins. You understand what I'm saying? They did a survey on married men in Tennessee. A lot of white and black married men married their first cousins. And they asked them, why you marry your cousin, man? We grew up together. We in the family together. Because they didn't trust outside women. Hey, isn't that something else? They didn't trust outside women, so they kept it in the family. I married my mama niece.
Wow. That's deep.
It's because it's deep out here. It's deep to try to be in a relationship when you have to shoulder the burdens of another person. It's hard enough shouldering your own burdens.
That's right.
And holding your own weight of, you got to make her happy. You got to make her life fun. You got to do more with her than you do for yourself. You got to keep her, in a position in life that she's comfortable with. I had to keep a roof over my wife here. I had to keep gas in her car.
Right.
I had to keep clothes on her back and food in her mouth. Do you know to burden that it takes a special kind of man to do that?
You know something, King? Pressure bursts pipes.
Yes, it does.
So when pressure came down in my life,
Yes.
it burst that pipe.
It burst that pipe. Absolutely.
Now, she stayed all the way until the complete tower collapsed.
Yeah. And what was that time, you don't mind me asking?
They took my house from me.
Okay. All right.
That's what the tower, we
Yeah.
had a big, beautiful house.
Right.
We were doing all right.
Yeah.
And when they took that,
But was she there for the house, though?
no, because
Because-
remember we started at the hotel. We had nothing.
As they move back into that hotel till you get something.
Nah.
If that
That's
love
what was
is
supposed to
there,
happen.
exactly.
See?
Yes.
I was shocked
yes.
that she wasn't able to
to sustain from
yeah,
that.
to go through that
Yeah,
thing.
go
Because
through that. You-
first of all,
men go
when
through
you
so
met
much.
me, when
Yeah.
she met me, she saw that I was able to take $25 and build an empire.
Know your potential.
So you know,
already.
if you know, look, right now, if you were to go someplace and you
Right.
you went there for the first time, you got to navigate and find yourself way around. You got the GPS and all this kind
Yes,
of stuff.
yes, yes.
But after you go the second time,
Yes.
you know a little bit better. Third time, you know a little bit better.
You know
But
it by heart.
I done been through this
And
enough
so-
times
so
that
you
you
know
already
it.
know I know my way around.
Exactly.
This little fall, we gonna come right back.
You'll come right back.
But
Where's the love is what I'm asking you.
so women, ladies,
I was gonna.
you got to stay with your man.
Yes.
You got to stay committed regardless what you go through. If he ain't putting his hands on you, he's loving you, he's taking care of the business, stay with him. I don't care what happens.
What did the vow say? Because my vow said through
Till death.
sickness and through health.
Do we part?
Do we part? Through sickness and through death do we part. That was my marriage vow said. And I will honor those marriage vows. You know, a lot of relationship, a lot of people that go through marriage and got a beautiful wife,
Yes.
but she was in a car accident. Now she paralyzed. And she don't look the way she looked when you married her.
Yep.
Do you stick in a nursing home and go find you a young tender? Or you stay there with your wife?
Hope you stay there with
So
your
stay
wife.
there with your wife.
A lot of guys
And
are
I'm not-
pastor. I'm gonna get me a young tender.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying?
None of
You
that.
stay there with
stay
your
there
wife
with your
because if it was reverse, you want her to do the same for you.
Exactly.
What Jesus said?
Say it.
You love your brother like you love yourself.
Exactly.
Love your wife like you love yourself.
Like you love yourself.
Love your husband like you love
Yeah.
yourself.
God said, love her like I love the church.
Come on now.
Love her like I love the church because I believe that when God gave man, woman, he gave her a beautiful thing. He gave us something that we didn't have to be, because he could have left Adam here by himself.
That'd been pitiful.
You know what I'm saying? But he did.
But he did.
He gave him something to make him want to be here and do what he needed to do.
The man had nothing to do
Yeah,
but work. When he saw that woman,
That's it.
what did he say?
Yeah.
He said, not God. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Out of all the rest of this, I got
Yeah.
the animals,
Yeah.
I got the whole planet.
Got everything.
But it mean nothing.
Yes.
James said it. He said,
Yes.
this is a man's world.
Yeah, he did.
But it's nothing.
Yes, he did.
Nothing.
Yes.
Huh? Without the love.
Without the love
that
of a woman.
lovely girl.
Exactly. Relationships are meant, relationships are purpose driven for you to be here and for you to enjoy. It's okay, you can love yourself a million different ways, but the one love that you have for that woman that God has blessed you with, then continue with that love. And I would say to you, brother, don't give up, and not saying that you are, but if it was meant to be, it's going to be.
It is what it is.
And
I'm a strong man.
Yeah, and I understand that, and it sounds good.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Until you leave and have to go home and face that giant. See, understand what I'm saying now. That giant lives with you.
That's right.
He lives under your bed at night. See, it ain't fun. See, I enjoy being home with my wife and she laying right here and I'm laying over here and I'm watching TV and I'm confined because I got what God had gave me right next to me. A rich man could take $1 million to bed with him every night.
Don't mean nothing.
Every night, listen to me. He could take it and lay it beside him every night. But it's still not going to do what he needs to be done to him. Come on, glory. You better ask somebody. It ain't going to do what he needs to be done in the midnight hour. You feel
Right.
me? He can't wait that $1 million up and say, get over here.
That's right. That's right.
So the $1 million become frivolous.
Right.
It's just there because you got it.
Right.
Any relationship that you're in, don't allow that relationship to become frivolous. Take that relationship for what it's worth. And like you said, it is what it is. A lot of times when women are in your lives, nothing lasts forever.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, nothing lasts forever. That means that if your journey takes you elsewhere and you find that love of your life, then take that journey and find what God has placed before you. Because sometimes when a relationship ends, God is trying to show you something.
Exactly.
He's showing you something
Yep.
that you didn't see because you were blinded.
That's
you were
right.
blinded by the package.
And they say
go,
love
you know what I'm
is
saying?
they say love is blind. So
You were blinded by the package. It didn't matter. You ever had a relationship with a woman and went with a woman, and the whole time y'all in love, you got Google eyes, and you looking at her a certain kind of way, but then once you get to know her, and y'all been around each other for 3-4 months, and you go, man, I didn't know.
Right, you're like,
another eye in the back of your head. I didn't know I didn't know you had 7 toes. You know, I didn't know that knot was coming out the back of your eardrum like that. You know, you don't see all that stuff at first.
I was gonna say,
get with a person and get to know that person. Then
you're like, this is the real you.
Yeah, you camouflaged it with so. I didn't know you smoke geek joints. You know, I didn't. And she tell her, baby, I didn't know you like to wear women bras. All that old crazy stuff. That's when you get to know a person, is when you get to know them. Their representatives show up first. After the representative don't left and he don't perform all the shows he or she can perform, they ain't got no more shows to perform. So now you're gonna get to meet the real person, and you're gonna get to meet us as soon as we come back. You're tuned in to Talk Show Kings, and you're live on TV 1061. We're having big fun here in Douglasville, Georgia. Another shout out to Felix, our director.
Yes, sir.
Marcus Gibbons, our technical director, and Miss Barksdale, our media representative. Thank you so much. We'll be right back.
So many Black lives incarcerated. So many Black lives silenced. When will we stop the madness?
Hi, I'm Chief Gary Sparks with the Douglasville Police Department. Today we want to give you some safety tips concerning traffic stops. Take a look.
So you look in your rear view mirror and see flashing blue lights. What do? Remain calm. Yield to the right and pull your vehicle over into an off-road area that is safe for both you and the officer. Put your car in park. Remove your foot from the brake and turn the radio off. Remain in your vehicle. Have your driver's license readily available for the officer. Keep your hands on the steering wheel, visible for the officer at all times. If you need to retrieve any items from the interior, explain what you're reaching for to the officer and avoid any sudden movements. Rolling the window down completely establishes a level of trust with the officer and allows for ease of interaction during the routine traffic stop. Be courteous and polite. Be cooperative and willing to follow the officer's instructions. During a routine traffic stop, the officer will return to his vehicle to run the tag and driver's license verification and complete a citation if one is necessary. Once the officer returns and approaches your vehicle, whether or not a citation or warning is issued, please remain calm, courteous, and cooperative. Sign the citation acknowledging you agree to appear in court, and do not dispute the citation with the officer. The officer will give you a court date to explain or defend your infraction.
Okay, ma'am. Like I told you, I did clock you at 51 in a 35 mile per hour speed zone. I did issue a citation, okay? This here is going to be your court date. I just need a signature from you stating that you received a copy of this citation, okay?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Here's your driver license.
Thank you.
Along with a copy of the citation, okay? You have any questions or concerns for me?
No, sir.
Okay, well, you have a nice day, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Following these few simple steps will help ensure a safe interaction for both you and the officer.
back, and we are just that. We are back. Before we go back into the show, I want to give some big shouts out. I want to shout out to Shamika Wright. Shamika, thank you so much for tuning in. When you do, she's one of our biggest fans. Shouts out to you. Much love from the Kings. Also, Kat Davis. Hey, Kat. Hey, y'all, what's going on? We love you so much. Thank you for tuning in to the broadcast. Also, Angela Smith. I'm going to say this right. Gordon. Angela Smith, thank you so much for tuning in to Talk Show Kings. We enjoy you so much, and continue to chime in and continue to show us favor on Facebook and YouTube. Now, Angela Smith Gordon, you said earlier, sometimes men bring it on themselves by not being truthful. And that is true. I couldn't agree with you more. A lot of men are not truthful when they start out the relationship. Then a lot of them are truthful as well. So I can't bash the men's now.
Right.
But when I see a woman scorn, this is Angela Smith Gordon, when I see a woman scorn or being overbearing of the man, I'm like, what did the man do to make her that way? And absolutely right, because women sometimes can be overbearing.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
got a jazzy mouth. Women got a jazzy, smart mouth.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't tolerate that personally.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Angela said, women go that a lot way too. I feel like guys being unfair right now. They okay. Well, all the guys being unfair because we're looking for equal justice in the relationship as well.
Right. Is she saying all guys are? Is she asking are all guys unfair or?
No, I guess she said some guys are unfair.
Some guys. Okay.
Yeah, not all. Some are unfair.
I mean,
yeah.
Well, yeah, some guys could be unfair.
Yeah.
You know,
Is it
just
safe
not all.
though that you go into a relationship wanting a wife out the relationship, or should you go into the relationship just wanting to get to know this person? And I think that's where a lot of relationships mess up, is they go into, they looking for a wife or a husband. Get to know the person first.
I was gonna say, me personally, I get to know the person. Like,
right.
You know, I don't go in just, oh yeah, you gonna be my wife. I'm trying to wife.
And you know, a lot of them do that. A lot of guys, oh, that's my wife. God sent you to me. Oh yeah, that's no. Go into it of, hey, we having fun. We just met.
Right.
You know, now I know a lot of the older cats, you know, thank God I'm married, but a lot of us can't go into a relationship, want to have fun and do all of that. You know what I'm saying?
I can't.
We have to go into it looking for a wife or a caretaker.
Stop. There you go.
What's your input on it, Ramondo?
You know, I was thinking about something in the break.
Right.
And, you know, when you said that the lady said about some guys don't tell the truth. Well,
right.
Not just, sweetheart, it's not that some guys don't tell the truth.
Right.
Sometimes some people just don't tell the truth.
Right.
Whether it be male or female.
Right.
We just don't tell the truth.
Right.
But there's something a little bit deeper that I wanted to mention. You know, in the scripture, and you being a pastor, there's a scripture in Hosea 4:6, and it says that my people suffer from a lack of knowledge.
Of knowledge, absolutely.
One day I did a little research because I wanted to really understand. I asked the pastor one day, I said, Pastor, what does that mean?
Right.
I said, what does it mean we suffer from a lack of knowledge?
Right.
He said, well, we suffer from a lack of information and this, that, and other. I said, wait a minute. I said, we got Google.
Right.
We're not suffering from no information lack.
Yeah.
We can go. You can right now go find out anything you want to find out just about on Google.
Right.
So I looked at the word again, and I noticed that the word had 2 syllables in it.
Right.
Knowledge, or know and ledge.
Right.
And when I looked at it, I said, wait a minute. The first word is know.
Right.
So I went and defined it.
Right.
When I defined it, know means to be sure.
Right.
To be absolutely sure.
Yes. Yeah.
But they ain't got nothing to do with ledge.
Right.
So when I went and looked up ledge, it said that ledge means support.
Right. Okay.
Uh-oh. When a bird flies on your window ledge,
right.
What the bird looking for? Somewhere to land for support.
Absolutely.
If you falling off a mountain and the mountain is slick,
right.
You're going all the way down to the ground. But if you can grab hold of something that protrudes from it, you can grab a hold to it and catch it. That's support.
Right.
That's a ledge.
Right.
What is knowledge then? Sure support.
Absolutely.
I said, what's sure? What's sure and what's been sure in my life?
Right.
The only sure support that I've ever truly known was my mother.
Right.
That's sure. I know that.
Absolutely.
It took time to get to know it, to become sure. She birthed me.
Right.
She took care of me. She fed me. She sent me to school. I'm sure about her love.
Absolutely.
I don't know nobody else on the planet right now that I'm sure about their love like my mom.
Yep, there you have
And
it.
then she came back with the ledge. When I left home, because the Bible said what? It said that you leave your mother and your father and do what? Cleave to a woman. So now
Absolutely.
you're looking for the same thing. What?
Right.
Sure support.
Sure support.
Now, if I don't get that, I'm going to suffer from a lack of knowledge.
Preach. Say that.
Now I need somebody when I just took this fall
Right.
that I can hold on to.
Absolutely.
Somewhere where I can sit down and
That
take
support.
a rest.
Absolutely.
I need that support. I need a
Right.
ledge.
Right.
That's what my wife is. She's supposed to be my sure support like my mama.
Right.
Like maybe
Right.
my father.
And you got that to a certain point where she just broke and couldn't go no more.
Well, if you're holding on to a
Yeah.
ledge and it's weak, it will
that's
break.
right. Yeah, it will break.
So I'm not going to blame her for that.
Right.
She went through 8 years of, and we struggled.
Right.
But we also had some good times, a lot of good times.
Yeah.
But when all hell broke loose, excuse the phrase,
Right,
when it
right.
all came down,
Right.
she couldn't handle it.
I was told that the struggle is real.
It is real.
Is it?
Oh yes,
And pressure
definitely,
burst
definitely
pipes.
right.
I
There
was
you go.
told
It'll break
that
your
the
back.
struggle is real.
Yes, it is.
And in a relationship, if you are struggling in that relationship, it's very real. You know, but it means that you have to intertune or intertwine with each other in that relationship.
Yes.
I have a talk show that airs every Sunday at 1 o'clock. And my talk show is called Living the Married Life that my wife and I perform. And we talk to and minister to couples all the time, you know, about relationships. And the reason why nobody has to tell me, or I don't have to go to a book and read it, I'm in a relationship. I live a relationship life. So I'm explaining it to you raw and uncut. It's not all that you think it is. You have to work, in that relationship.
That's right.
And a lot of times there's a song out there and it's called There's a Leak in This Old Building. I'm quite sure you've heard the song.
You know I haven't, but go ahead. on.
Okay. In a relationship,
Yes.
if the relationship is not what it's supposed to be and it doesn't conform around the Word of God, there's a leak
In the building.
in the building.
Yes, sir.
How do you fix that leak in the building? Well, God gave man, or ordained man, that responsibility to make sure that there is no leaks in that building and so that you can live in that building year round. Now, he didn't say that problems won't occur because every landlord has to fix up his building.
He's going to have some problems.
Okay, who's the landlord? The landlord owns the building. He's the overseer of the building. When God ordained you to be the man over the family, he made you the overseer.
That's right.
So you have to oversee everything. You have to make sure that when you send the money orders to the post office, and it's not your fault, they have to get to where they're going. Or you have to have a backup plan that if that backup plan don't work, you have to have another backup plan behind the backup plan. So what I'm saying to you is though, always have a bag up to the bag up. Don't let nobody bag you up. Because when they bag you up, this world will take you and spit you out and won't think nothing of you. You ever told somebody your problems and the first thing they say, well, we praying for you. Not how much you need, $50?
Not how we can help you.
You need just $20 and it'll make everything. They don't never. You
none of
they
that.
don't need $15 to make that thing right. We praying for you. Come on now.
And they ain't
I know you got.
and they ain't really praying for you.
You don't spend $15 at Popeye getting 4 sandwiches. You know.
We
I
suffer.
just need $15. You talking about? We yet hold on. We praying for you. That's because when you live in this life out here, and you're trying to make it every single day, you know, you're doing what you're supposed to do, and you're trying to do the good life. But keep in mind that, and I'm gonna say that I'm gonna get off the subject, is that you can live the best life you can live out here, but it still does not guarantee you a place in heaven. Still don't guarantee that, a place in heaven. You probably never get to heaven, but as long as you're doing right while you out here, then do right for yourself. Because when you came into this world, you were by yourself.
By yourself.
When you leave,
you're going to be by yourself.
Love my wife to death.
It's-
I can't take her with me.
That's right.
I ain't bring her with me.
You ain't taking nothing with you.
It's crazy because that's actually one of the things I got tatted on my chest. You know, I was born alone. I'm gonna die alone.
Exactly. You can't none of that. When If they bury me in these suit and shoes, when the embalming fluid done wore off, that's all gonna be in the casket. Is these suit and these shoes.
Right.
I'm not gonna be in there.
That's right.
It's gonna be
hindsight. Don't let a relationship control you and where you need to be in it. You control you and where you, because you only got one life. And I tell the story all the time. When I was coming up, my grandmama said a cat had 9 lives. So until I got about 7, I was thinking a cat had 9 lives. He can get hit 9 times and get back up.
Right.
Until one day I was sitting on my porch and I saw a cat got hit by a car. And I said, boy, he got 8 more lives.
Never got up.
Man, that cat didn't get up to the garbage man came and scraped him up on the dustbin and threw him in the back.
Yep.
So you only got one life to
That's
live,
right.
and you cannot waste your life.
Right.
Depending on
Live your
whether,
best life.
you cannot waste your life depending on by making somebody else happy, if they coming back to you, or this gonna work. No, you got to move right along with your life.
That's right.
Because if you don't like or move along
Without you.
without you. And you're going to find yourself, at
Find
50,
yourself
60, 70
alone.
years old that don't let life go on by you. And this person over here living their best life. You see them on Facebook. Girl, you seen my ex, how my ex doing? And she on Facebook, I'm living my best life, and you somewhere moping. You somewhere moping, broke. Don't know how you gonna get a Popeye chicken sandwich. You better keep it moving.
Gotta keep it moving.
Better keep it moving. God gave you something that you will never be broke. And that's called a voice. He gave you an opinion. He gave you a mind. As long as you can walk and talk, you'll never be broke because you can use that voice that God gave you to entertain somebody, to minister to somebody, to talk to somebody, to sell something, to trade something. You got a voice, and you just gotta, like the old folks said, you got a niche. You gotta tap into your niche, and your niche is what God buried down inside of you.
That's right. Your gift.
Your gift. That's it. Your gift.
That's right.
He didn't leave nobody out here without
Everybody
a
got
gift.
one.
People just don't find their gift because they scared.
And that's their purpose.
Your gift
Is your purpose.
is what God gave you that makes you better than a whole lot of people because you got a gift. My wife tells me all the time, you got a gift for gab.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I do, because I run my mouth all the time. But I have learned how to run my mouth. I don't run my mouth, just be running my mouth because I think I'm going to say, because this sound good. No, I run my mouth because first of all, it's my living to run my mouth. It make money to run my mouth in the business that I chose to do. And by running my mouth, it keeps a roof over our head and clothes on our back and food in our mouth because God gave me that gift. He put it inside of me. But I had to go down.
And get it. Yeah, dig it out.
If you don't go down and get it, it'll stay there and it'll dry rot in you.
Yes, sir.
And you'll go through relationships. You dry rotted on the inside because you ain't letting no excitement come on the outside of your life. And I tell you, he's one of my kings, and Doc, Robert, King Hassan, in life. And I tell the viewers, don't let a relationship hinder you to the point where you got to freeze life and stop on it. Because your life will continue to grow.
Life goes on.
And we will continue to pray for you. Thank you for being on the show. We're going to take a quick break, and we're going to come back.
No, the show has to end.
Yeah. Oh,
we got to end the show. So
well,
we got to
absolutely
end the show.
We're going to end the show right there. Talk to me, Tom. Okay.
The Flavor on Wednesday and
Talk Show Divas
at
4:30 every Sunday. Right here on 1061.
And we will see you guys next Sunday. I'm King Tykar, and I'm signing out.
Go ahead.
King Ramondo Thomas. And we got a new show coming called Thy Kingdom Come, where I'm going to be the host. So y'all get ready for that one.
Get ready for it. Get ready for
sir.
it. And once again, I've been your host for tonight. My name is King Lundy. I go by Minister Lundy as well. And we thank you so very much for tuning in. We want you to continue to tune in and watch this broadcast and support this broadcast. Support these brothers that you see up here. We're coming and we're using our own time and our own money. And we're trying to bring you entertainment. We're trying to bring you news and keep you informed. And we're trying to bring a platform that our people can enjoy and listen to and become just loving this unit.
So make sure you tell your friends, your family, your mama, your grandmama, your aunties, your uncles, nephews. Make sure you tell everybody about the Talk Show Kings and the Talk Show Divas every Sunday.
Absolutely. We love you so much, Talk Show Divas. They have an amazing show. Beautiful, young, educated women.
Yes,
just talking about what's going around in the city of Atlanta and elsewhere. And I want to give a shout out to my beautiful wife, Natalie, who's my support, who's my knowledge, in my life. And God has blessed us, and He will continue to bless us. One, to my mom, to my church, to everybody that's involved. Once again, to this amazing director, Mr. Felix Washington. He's our program director, executive director. He just wears so many hats around here, And also to Mr. Marcus Gibbons, a wonderful technician, the guy that puts us in front of these cameras and make it work. And to Miss Barksdale, our media social representative that helps us out. We love you so much. And to King Doc, we're praying for your family. Always, Robert, we miss you. And King Hassan, we love you so much. Thank you for being a part of this amazing show. And until we see each other next time, just remember to slay the giant one giant at a time. We'll never be able to take them all down at once. I love you. God loves you.
Can I say one thing before we go?
Huh?
And happy birthday, Mother.
Absolutely.
It's my mother's birthday.
Absolutely. And Monday is my pastor's birthday. Pastor Powell, happy birthday to you.
See you next Sunday.
Y'all take care.
TV 1061, conceptualizing your ideas across the world and beyond.